never made it.
Morning guys, on our way to fishing stuff now for BDC Round 2. The car's loaded and look who we've got with us. She was sorely missed at round 1, but the dream team's back. Yeah, practice day today and then Pro 2 competition is tomorrow, so hopefully just get the car dialed in today, make sure it's running fine, fingers crossed. Right, just dropped trailer off, as you can see, and yeah, head back to the pits and get the car ready and then head out to practice. All guys queuing up already, ready to go out. So yeah, fingers crossed it holds together and we can get some decent practicing today. Practice was going well, and then for some reason snapped the drive shaft, it would appear. So it's in gear, and this lovely came on. Oh God. Soil! Yeah, soil! I've turned it off. Oh. Morning guys. Yeah. Currently running. Looks like the issue that we had was the oil relocation kit we got was 3/4 UNF thread, and when I got it I was reliably told that you could run SR filters, but they're different thread apparently. So been to Eurocar parts this morning, got some A86 oil filters which are the same like size, but they're 3/4 UNF thread. Put one on, it feels a lot stronger and tighter, and fired it up and it seems decent so far, so fingers crossed we might get some practicing today. But yeah, so far so good. The knot put here is just moving to your out. I will get it sorted. But yeah, I think I got practice at 10:30, so fingers crossed we might get a bit of seat time today and just sort of dial the car in. Especially after all the no. one this morning. Seems to be doing a trick now, so we're just going to hope for the best really. You see many cars, so yeah, just going to get ready now and go for qualifying. Wish me luck.
Charlie Hume up next. This young man stole the limelight at Birmingham last year at the NEC. Came from Drift Cup, came in, absolutely destroyed the Pro 2 grid, and then found himself in the Pro grid. Oh, uncharacteristic initiation there from
Bit early.
Charlie Hume. Yeah, he's putting very shallow on the outside zone. Charlie Hume
Getting it back though.
slowly getting it back. He's just keeping himself nice and wide now and on. I think he knew once he made that mistake, he knew he had to pull the rest of the run together and make it happen. Charlie Hume very wide now. He's going to shallow up ever so slightly, stay in it. Hume.
Bumps around there, isn't there, that kind
Yeah.
of puts you off.
Yeah, I find it, if you get your wheel on the outside edge of the track, the car does unsettle itself massively, and you know that must be horrendous
Yeah.
to try and keep
Come on,
committed
come on,
at that point.
Okay.
So Charlie Hume there finishes up that run, and where does he score his first qualifying run? Flying through these today, Tess.
Oh, this is good.
I think I've cursed it though. I've just said we're flying through these now. It might be an issue in a minute, but you know, hopefully not. Hopefully not. A 73.6 puts Charlie Hume into 14th, so 73.6. Young Charlie, 29th, uncharacteristic, normally see him up the order. Just didn't look like the kind of Charlie we used to seeing.
Wait.
I'm waiting. So let's see what he's got now. That's a much nicer initiation
Much
from
better.
Charlie Hume. Fires again to that real tipping point, into that front one. Transition back, see shallowed up the angle. Oh, that's very close. Now he's gonna have to go for it now. He's gonna have to really go for it because he can't mess around. He's already took a little bit of damage and he's gonna have to put a lot of flair at this to hold it together.
Here he is.
Yeah, it
He's
starts to
giving it all
work
he's
it.
got.
It's Charlie Hume collects that final clipping point across the line. 80.3, 16th place.
Just in qualifying, managed to get an 80.3 I think on the second run, so put me at 16th position at the moment. Yeah, so fingers crossed to make it to battles. Yeah, I'm not doing too well really when it comes to qualifying, but yeah, I've just come back in and started seeing this. Not ideal. But yeah, not bad. Still on the same pair of tyres as yesterday. These Kembys last forever. But yeah, not bad at all I think. I'm happy with an 80. I mean I'd be much happier with something else, but oh, I'm also missing the middle piece out of the rear. Like there should be like a splitter that goes around with the side. No, it's gone. Oh no, that's gone. Oh, that'll be on track somewhere. Yeah, other than that, I guess we'll see how it goes. Yeah, hopefully get into battle. So top 32 battle, we've got Tom Van B. His little turbo MX-5. Good driver, so we'll see how we get on. Fingers crossed it's a good fun battle.
I don't know if I want to know anymore.
No, exactly.
Mazda MX-5 to take on Nissan 200 XS13. And Charlie Hume, as we mentioned earlier in qualifying, he kind of stole the show in Birmingham NEC, came out of nowhere, well, came from Drift Cup feeder series, came out of nowhere into the BDC though in that respect, stole the show, got into the Pro Class the next day, drove the wheels off the car then, everything just worked for him that weekend. Tom Van Beek though, do you believe he finished second in the championship last year? Drift Cup, so there we go.
Yep.
Thumbs up all round. Tom Van Beek not to be snarled at, and I'm sure that Charlie Hume will know Tom Van Beek from old, and he knows what that car has got and what the potential is. So here we go, Van Beek to lead the higher qualifier. Nice flick initiation down into the hill. Very nice job there from Van Beek. As Charlie Hume just stalled up, just let him do what he's got to do. Oh, wheel on the curb. Charlie Hume nearly got himself caught there. Oh, and almost got himself caught in the transition again. Really bringing the fight now is Charlie Hume. As he jumps on the side of that MX-5. Transition into outside zone 9. And Charlie Hume starts to apply the pressure once again to the side of that MX-5 as Van Beek, unfazed, sticks to the qualifying line. And across the line they go.
You heard him.
To lead. Tom Van Beek now will chase, and this is where Van Beek could potentially struggle.
Yeah, potentially.
You know, pace, gaining that proximity. Charlie Hume getting the jump off the line. He does have to take the long way around. Van Beek gets a bit of a shortcut on the inside of the circuit. Now Van Beek needs to use everything he's got. Oh, and he's going for a flick initiation. That's going to hurt him. That's going to massively hurt him. But Charlie Hume way off that qualifying line. He's going to go very deep. Very deep. How does Charlie Hume hold on to that one? As Tom Van Beek sticks to that qualifying line, trying to find the side of Charlie Hume's S13. No such luck yet, though. He looked down into outside zone 9. Yeah, starts to regain a little bit of proximity. You can see him shallowing up the angle massively as Tess will from across the room.
Bless him.
He tried everything. You know, he literally tried everything. For me, Charlie Hume was scrappy. I don't think he gave him the best lead run that he could. Decisions in, left for Beek, right for Hume. One vote for Hume. There we go. Charlie Hume wins that battle, moves on to top 16. Proximity, you know, the chase from Charlie Hume was just, you know, pretty spot on, to be fair. And unfortunately for Tom Van Beek, he just didn't have the power.
No.
take on Charlie Hume. S63 B44 twin turbo. I mean, Larry is the word for that. Mine at the end of the weekend. Thanks, Robbie Begone. Charlie Hume now, well, he'll be staring down at that one. What is he doing? Charlie Hume needs to really put it together. Charlie Hume, can't give him any room. He throws a big initiation at it, though. Does Charlie Hume? He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. As Charlie Hume threw a big initiation at it. Second place qualifier. Robbie Begone, though, says, have a taste of that tire smoke. Wow! Charlie Hume threw the smoke on the door. Not messing around. Where did that come from? Charlie Hume, where did that even come from? As he jumps up onto the back end of the BMW, onto the door and across the line.
Where did that come from? That was very impressive.
What the fuck? Fucking hell, man.
So Charlie Hume, I mean, is doing it for the dudes because he has no handbrake.
Yeah.
So, I mean, serious call points out there for him. Off the line, there you go. And Charlie
He's
Hume,
not only doing it for the dudes, is he?
he's doing it for everyone. He's doing it for all the drift fans who hate handbrakes. Charlie Hume to lead, Robbie Begone to give chase, and Begone's gone very wide, and so did Charlie Hume. Begone just about held on to that one, almost takes the back
This is
end
going to be interesting.
off of Charlie Hume's S13. These aren't messing around. There's a fight on our hands now, and Charlie Hume,
How is...
Robbie Begone needs to bring it. Robbie Begone needs to bring it. He can't mess around. He needs to jump up on the side and starts to rein him in as Charlie Hume goes wide. Robbie Begone gets onto the back bumper. Begone needs one more little push, and here it comes as Begone pushes Charlie Hume across the line.
Who needs a handbrake round Three Sisters?
Obviously no one.
No?
Obviously no one. That's a tough decision. And if it was me,
It's me.
if it was me, I know what I'd do.
Yeah, I know what I'd do too.
Well, there we go. Slide him left for Robbie Begone, right for Charlie Hume. 1 vote for Charlie Hume, 2 votes for Charlie Hume. He
Yes!
takes out your second place qualifier.
Fair play, Charlie.
And Charlie Hume looks like he's back.
He is fighting.
So there we go. Charlie
Fair
Hume
play.
gets the win. Robbie Begone out of competition. And Charlie Hume, he can't believe it. Thumbs up. He's like, let's go back and see if I can fix that handbrake. Not that I need it.
Why am I holding this? It doesn't fucking work.
worry, mate.
Don't you worry, mate. Off the line, next battle up, Charlie Hume take on Dylan Keogh. This is going to be good.
Oh, it is.
Two guys, no messing around. Hume doing it for the UK. Dylan Keogh, he comes over from Ireland and he says, I'm going to bring the fight. Oh! Charlie Hume gets it way wrong. Way wrong does Charlie Hume get it. He's got no handbrake though,
Yes.
so he's just going gung-ho right now. As Dylan Keogh comes flying in behind, he probably thought, what the hell is going on here? Dylan Keogh tries to hold on to it. You can see him dabbing the handbrake, giving Charlie Hume some room to manoeuvre. As Charlie Hume gets himself nice and deep onto that wide line now, Dylan Keogh starts to rail him in, starts to jump up onto the door. Look at Dylan, wheel to wheel, almost pushing him off the track as they cross the line. On the line, Charlie Hume to give chase. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see how this one plays out. Dylan Keogh, in my eyes, looking like he might have a foot in the top four. There we go. Fires through. Yeah, look at Charlie Hume trying his best to initiate, but look how slow he has to go. Yeah, he just cannot keep the car sideways without a handbrake. Just cannot dial it in. He had to stop drifting and clutch kick. But Dylan goes super wide, drops wheels over the edge of the track. Dylan goes wide again, and look at Charlie Hume. Jumps up onto the back end of that S14 now. Charlie Hume just the foot brake to slow him down. Looks for the side of Dylan Keogh's car once again, and now Dylan pulls away and puts that car into that final zone and across the line. And do you know what? If Charlie Hume had a handbrake, I would have said he was in the fight for that brake to drift, because you just cannot slow that car down enough, and you can't, you know, keep it where you needed to keep it. Slide him left for Hume, right for Dylan. There we go, unanimous. Dylan Keogh gets the win and advances through to the final four. Charlie Hume's like, well deserved.
So we just loaded the car back in the garage at home, and yeah, just started to do a quick wrap-up video after BDC, just to show you sort of what's happened with the car, what we need to fix before next round. First off is the splitter. We've got two spare up there, and yeah, it's gone. I've raised it on my second qualifying run. I clipped the inside cone at clip 6, I think it is, and it sort of folded the lip like underneath. Yeah, it's probably reusable to an extent, but I think it's past its best, so we'll just get one of them painted and throw some spare canards I've got on it just to make it look a bit more presentable. Engine wise, not much, I hope. It seems to be running sweet. I had no issues engine wise apart from the oil filter falling off, but I've got the correct ones now, so I think it's just going to be a case of oil change, make sure it's all alright. Yeah, just running sweet. I think that's the engine side of it. Front steering is all okay as far as I'm aware. We had a slight coming together with Mr. Goldstraw in a practice run, which has wheels outside. Yeah, it left a bit of damage. Nothing major. It's literally like this, and then it's left these marks on the wheel. Quite a big chunk out there actually. But yeah, that's it. my mate David. And in my grade 8 battle, I obviously had no handbrake, so I was just throwing it in and hoping for the best. And I did what Fitzgerald did last year, but I got away with it a bit better. Basically, I've bent my rear lower arm. You can see. I'll try to get you a good view of it now. But if you look there, you can see that the wheel's sort of got a bit of positive camber and it's heavily towed in. Whereas this side the passenger side is sort of not as towed in and has got a bit of negative camber on it. But with that in mind, the car, like after because I led first, so I managed to finish the run, no issues, and I chased him, and the car didn't really feel much different apart from on entry. It sort of dived on the inside of the corner, which could be because less camber and a bit more towing, so it would have gripped up a bit more on this side. I'm just hoping that there is no other damage, such as any more arms or anything like that really. I'll try and get you a quick shot of the arm now, because it's pretty bent. Yeah, you can just see it there. Yeah, it's pretty bent. Yeah, so at some point over the next week or so, I'll probably just get all the back sort of up in the air and strip it down. I've got some spare arms with new bushers and ball joints, so yeah, they'll be going at some point over the weekend as well. I think it was on Friday. I also noticed that my driver's side rear caliper had a bit of a leak. See if I can show it you now. You can just see like there's a bit of fluid on there. I think that was definitely a contribution towards why my handbrake snapped, because I run the GK Tech conversion kit, which means you can run, I'll go show you now, which means you can just run the standard handbrake with a hydraulic cylinder. So we can get in it out. There you go. So as you can see there's the standard handbrake, and it converts to a hydraulic cylinder. It's a pretty cool bit of kit, but I think just because my caliper was leaking, I had to pull it just that bit harder, and yeah, it ripped out the head of the front bolt, so yeah, it rendered pretty useless. I'm pretty stoked that I managed to win my top 16 battle with no handbrake. Like, that's a pretty good achievement, especially on a track like Three Sisters, where you've got quite a fast entry and it's an outside line. On the back of that, going forward, I am going to try less handbrake, because I feel that without it, I was a lot faster and more aggressive. Yeah, so I think hopefully that'll lead to better results and just more exciting driving to watch, really, I think. I've also got a swirl pot that Andy Frost from IceFab made for me just before this round, but we didn't have time to fit it. And ideally I want to get that fitted with it's a Bosch 044 external pump as well, just because at round one I did have some starvation issues which made me lose the battle. So yeah, just try to prevent that. This weekend I just made sure that my car was always above 3/4 of tank full. But yeah, I did forget at one point and it dropped just below 3/4, and yeah, it's just something I'd rather not think about and not have to worry. So yeah, I'll hopefully try and get that swirl pot fitted before round 3, but I'm not 100% on that one. So this is the input shaft that snapped on the diff, or in the diff should I say. Yeah, bit annoying. I run a CAS 2-way diff, and apparently, now some of you guys might be able to confirm this, but apparently, because these are my spares that I left here, I didn't bring them because I didn't think I'd need them. I brought the drive shafts, but I didn't bring them.
I needed them. But apparently what I've been told is, because it's a CAS 2-way LSD, I can fit this side in the driver's side, which would give it more engagement as far as I'm aware. Just because at the moment you can see that, as far as I'm aware, it engages roughly there, and there's only like that much engagement because of the way the core is set up on these CAS 2-ways. Whereas if I fit this, there'll be more engagement. Yeah, I'm not 100%. I don't quite follow how it works. But if someone out there's got a video or proof that it works and it's stronger, perfect. Yeah, that'd be great if someone can give me some evidence that it's worth doing it, because otherwise I'll just leave it as is and maybe break another one. But next time I'll definitely take my spares. I'm also thinking these are, let's move this rubbish out of the way. These are my old knuckles from last year. As you can see, they're a bit dusty and dirty, but these are the retro speed shop knuckles. They're pretty much identical to the ones I run in the car. The only difference is on the ones I've got is this steering ball joint is just a bit closer to the lower arm, so it just gets a bit of a faster steering feel. I'm thinking maybe doing a giveaway for these. But obviously, if people even get this far in the video, I'll be surprised. If you do, then leave a comment or whatever, just saying you'd be interested. They are for a 5-stud knuckle. But yeah.